Yes.
Yeah, start.
Welcome everyone. We have Ganesh Hiragodar, who is the in charge of the health IT vertical. We are planning one vertical per year. This year, August 15th is when we want to ensure that we are ready to present some related to Arogya Seva or whatever we call as health IT for 2021 and beyond. So let us welcome Ganesh Hiragoda, who is PhD in the health administration, and this is a vertical which requires both IT and embedded skills besides the standardization and several things. And you will hear from him what is the national perspective and what as a OTF forum what we want to do. Welcome, Ganesh. Take over. Thanks.
Thanks, Prakash. Thank you very much. So this is one of the hot topic which we would like to touch base through this forum. Let me put it across. Okay. Just brief about myself. So currently I'm working in VMware. I am the hardcore open source community leader since Sun Microsystems days. We were heavily contributing back to the open Solaris community. And I did build the incubation and the offshore delivery centers in India. We were part of the AT&T Airship Automation project related to the Kubernetes. And some of the initiatives which were driven public health currently in Indian context, we're talking about the Ayushman Bharat initiative, where we did contribute the activities. Some of the things what government of India is talking about, the Atal Tinkering Lab, Smart India Hackathon, I'm heavily involved, entering the student community and then bringing some kind of an innovation to the industry segment. So as Mahatma Gandhi says, you must be the change maker you want to see in the world. So through this quote, we wanted to put the perspective straight. This is where the agenda for today's session. I would like to touch base on the Indian healthcare industry scenario, 2021 trends and technology drivers. What is that India Health 2021 is all about? And recently, Prime Minister did launch the India Digital Health Stack. We'll have the glimpse of what is that health stack all about. And from the Open Technology Forum, what is the plan for August 15th, 2021? And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask in between or at the end. Okay, so let me see the India healthcare industry scenario. By 2022, 372 billion, this is what it has been projected in the healthcare industry. $372 billion. It's not the small money, right? So at least from the India healthcare industry perspective, we talk about hospitals, medical devices, clinical trials, outsourcing, telemedicine, medical tourism, health insurance, and medical equipment, right? These are all the different segments altogether. So the industry is growing in the fast pace. Just to give you the different numbers here, in the hospital industry in India itself, it is accounting almost 80% of the total healthcare market. The investment from the global investors is coming almost 132 billion by 2023, right? And by 2017, we had 61.8 billion. Look at the increase, right? And then from the medical tourism point of view, the current size is 3 billion. We were supposed to hit 7 to 8 billion by 2020. Due to pandemic, this was pushed towards 21 and 22. And the diagnostics industry in India is currently valued at 4 billion. And this is almost increasing at the rate of 24%. It will hit minimum 6 billion by end of 21. And the primary healthcare industry is currently valued at 13 billion. And again, this is a lot of scope and a lot of interest from the investors' point of view. As you all know, Ayushman Bharat centers have been opened up. 50,000 Ayushman Bharat centers have been opened across the country, right? Now you imagine how best you are going to take care of such communities, what are the healthcare services, how are you going to operate it, right? Because of the COVID situation, home care is becoming a priority for now. right? Now let's see what is the 2021 healthcare major trends all about when it comes to the technology. One is about every aspect of life. When you say the health, right? If I'm healthy, definitely I could able to do a lot many things. That is the number one priority. Second is how best I can provide the virtual care and then the remote medicine. If you look back, if I remember correctly, almost 10, 15 years ago, the telemedicine has been started. I'm talking about even in the Indian context as well, right? And the third thing is the genomics. Is there any way I can do the gene editing, right? Through that, can I look into the current situation? We're in the pandemic, and we don't know is it the right vaccination which we're getting it or not? No. This is where the genomics industry is becoming a breakthrough in coming years. Data and AI definitely getting into a lot of healthcare insurance in the coverage perspective. But the combination of AI, IoT, and the smart cities will definitely help us to detect and respond to the future outbreaks. Looking into this from the technology point of view, AI is definitely playing a major role. One is, as I mentioned, the expansion of telemedicine. Second is the artificial intelligence against the COVID-19. If you look back, how I can address the COVID-19, one is the pandemic detection, how we detect. Second is the thermal screening. Third is the facial recognition with masks. Fourth is the CT scan analysis. These are all the small, simple steps which I would like to highlight here, the kind of opportunities what we have in front of us. Next is, like we have the Internet of Things, in the medical space, we do have the Internet of Medical Things. The small devices can able to take care of any kind of outbreaks. Elderly people, right? People suffering with whether it is a communicable or the non-communicable diseases. And that's where the IOMT is going to be helpful. While doing this, the privacy is the biggest concern for us, privacy issues. Even these issues cannot be addressed without having the cross-border collaboration on the digital health. When I meant the cross-border collaboration, within India, we have almost 30 plus states. We have our own borders, we have our own policies, we have our own framework, right? Is there any way we can standardize this? Is there any way we can work together with the primary healthcare to the tertiary healthcare? This is where the digital health is going to help us. And the other area is AR, VR, MR in the healthcare, augmented reality, virtual reality, and the mixed reality. Combination of these particular devices is going to change the healthcare industry. We have been seeing the lot many apps, lot many wearables, and then self-monitoring solutions already there in the industry. How many people are using it? How best we can make those available, right? And then the blockchain, we have the separate session altogether for the blockchain. Anything we talk, the security is a major concern. When I say the concern, there is a big opportunity in front of us. Now, coming back to some more statistics from the India Health 2021 perspective, right? Look at the first one. India imports nearly 75% of its medical devices and equipment. This itself is a huge opportunity for us with Make in India concept what we have. Indian medical device and equipment market is expected to exceed 14 billion by 2025. This is what the government is talking about. Our total market size is $10,194 million, and the local production is this. Total exports, we are talking about only 241 million. And imports is huge, 5,500 million. Is there any way we can change this? This is where I was referring the kind of opportunities what we have in front of us. Okay. Take a pause now. Now think ahead, what are the growth drivers in front of the government, what government is doing, what citizen like us contributing back to the community, right? One is recently government has spoken about the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, how best we can become self-resiliency, right? Some of the special economic and comprehensive package of 20 lakh crores promoted in manufacturing India. Some of these devices, right? Life expectancy is going to exceed 70 years by 2022. If this is the case, what kind of a healthcare services we are supposed to include? Is the insurance cover is considered, right? How best we can increase incomes? Urbanization is growing like crazy. Is it possible to cover each and every citizens of the country? Emergence of telemedicine, right? So all these activities leads up to 200 billion has been spent for the medical infrastructure by 2024. This is the some of the growth drivers which I got it from the government websites and then where the investment is coming in. Now, recently the government of India has launched National Digital Health Mission. In nutshell, just to give you a scenario, if you walk into any private hospital, there is a registration. Through that registration, your account will be created. There is an account ID, right? Some hospital, they do give the card. Anytime and every time you visit that hospital, by showing that ID is attached to that particular individual, whether that is connected to your Aadhaar ID or PAN ID or whatnot, right? They will be having their own unique ID. The same thing, if I go to the other city or the other hospital, the ID which I got from one hospital will not be useful at all in the other hospital. This is the big problem. I'm talking about the private hospital itself. Now think about the public health, primary health, what we have. We don't maintain any health records at all. This is the mission what government of India is talking about. Is there any way I can create my own depository? Is there any way I can create the unique ID like we have an Aadhaar? Is it possible to link all the health to Aadhaar? Some unique ID which we are talking about. Through that, you can look into the past prescriptions, diagnostic reports, treatments, and some of the discharge summaries as well. All the health related documents, right? So just to show you some of the glimpse of the activities, what is going on. This is from the Niti Aayog document, which I extracted. 4 pillars: access, equity, efficiency, and quality. Let's say I am living in the remotest of village in India. During this pandemic kind of a situation, how best I can get the primary health care? Forget about the tertiary. I'm talking about that kind of an accessibility. Second is the equity. Is it possible to invest in driving this kind of innovative ideas or innovative kind of a service cares can be done? Right? When I say the accessibility and the equity, am I efficient to deliver? Am I productive by increasing the efficiency? By doing this, am I delivering the care, quality of the health outcomes? That's why it's all 4 are very well connected together. Next is, how do you wire this health sector enterprise? Right? I did mention some of the health providers. We have these technology systems. Are they interacting each other? If they are, do we have the health standards, health data dictionary standards? If yes, can I record? This is the electronic health records. This is how we wanted to put the framework in the perspective, right? This is the architecture of the open health stack, what the government of India is thinking about. Connecting back to Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, mobile. Right? In the national health stack, we are talking about the national health registries. They include service providers, doctors, beneficiaries, family, taxonomy, everything. Right? Some of the portals we already have: National Health Portal, existing state insurance systems, health and wellness clinics, e-hospitals, non-communicable diseases or NCDs, other health applications like RCH, right? These are already connected. And we wanted to build a lecture framework. We wanted to analyze the health analysis. Let's say if such kind of a pandemic broke out, how best I can provide a health, primary care to my own citizens, right? Is there any way we can upskill when it comes to health? Are we covering and claiming, is there any platform? So this is the health stack, what government is thinking about in building 2021 and beyond. Obviously, they are expecting many open source communities also to contribute back to this. So while doing this architecture, this is the digital health world, some 6 pillars which I was mentioning. One is the governance. Second is the health data dictionary, hospital information systems, health insurance information systems, electronic health record and health data. And the last one is health is the information transmission systems. Each and every pillar connecting back to this particular thing which I was talking about. How best we can wire, how best we can interlock each other. Because there are many players, many systems which we have. Can I take care of the interoperability issues? Can I take care of copyright issues? Right? Can I take care of the privacy issues? Is there any way I can share the data without any violation? Can I have the unique ID? Is my data is secure and safe? Right? All these points are very important while building the digital health mission. So some of the activities, what is being rolled out for next 15 years, like the governance and foundation activities, it provides information systems, payer information systems. How do you pay? How do you design, build, right? Linking from the payer to the providers, because we already have so many systems. The electronic health record, patient-centric applications through mobile, right? Then build our own cloud infrastructure. That could be the state by state, but ultimately that has to link to the central repository. Even if I move from one state to another state, one district to the another district, I should be in a position to see my health record seamlessly without any problem. If I walk into any primary or the tertiary healthcare, just by showing this ID, like I have the Aadhaar card, unique identification, it should be from the health ID point of view. So what we're thinking is, by looking into some of these activities, we'll pick it up and then start leveraging the open source community and drive from open technology forum. That is an intent of this. From the information point of view, across India, these are the different centers where you can be able to get more information related to health informatics. It could be Indraprastha Apollo Hospital, Delhi, Bioinformatics Institute of India, EHCF, Manipal, Mahatma Gandhi University of Medical Sciences, some of the good manufacturing practices in India, Public Health Foundation of India, right? International Institute of Health Management Research, Indira Gandhi National Open University, which is IGNOU, Osmania University, Foundation of Healthcare Technology Society. So some of these initiatives government is already put across when it comes to an awareness related to the health informatics, right? From the Open Technology Forum Foundation point of view, as I did mention in the beginning, what is our plan for next 15? January 26th, we are already planning for the hackathon event related to public health and IT. We wanted to do something. Initial thoughts, what we have put together is, can we conduct a conference or call for a paper submission? Those related to solving the primary healthcare facilities in India. Is it possible to provide a healthcare to everybody and reach out across the country? As you saw the health stack, we are not talking outside that health stack. Instead, is there any way we can contribute back in building that health stack? Affordability of medicine, right? So these are all the initial thoughts which we put across. If any of you have any thoughts or any suggestions, I do see some of you joined in this session. Feel free to share your thoughts so that I can make a note and then publish it.
So
Open it for questions and the thoughts.
yeah, sure. Prakash here, I would like to definitely look at the drivers. Definitely, you have put a lot of effort to get us the information. Now, issue with respect to India in particular is that uh, I think we need to have one portal at least. So
Okay.
I suggest because to collect the information, to get the detail, bring it together for research and all this. So we do have a arogyaseva.net portal, which we can create as a beginning. So to collect the ideas, because whatever documentation you have now developed, this needs analysis in the sense that, okay, to drive down the cost, these things do help. Now, anything that we can do in this area, let's probe. So I would, over a period of next 6 months, definitely we want to have a conference, which is weekend, because if you bring something, so we'll have to gather information about the health stack currently being used. What are the market segments? Like, do we have very similar market segments? Like you have hospitals which are more towards the what you call the bigger ones, which are measured in terms of beds, versus the outpatients, which are measured in terms of number of doctors, or number of then the doctors to patient ratio. What is the government side of it? What is that ratio? And where do we need the what you call technology to help? Like, is it more to rural, or it is suburban, or urban? Which are the areas where technology can make the biggest impact with the minimum most effort? Let's put it this way, because
Okay.
that's the one thing which I feel you will be able to tell us after doing some analysis while we gather all the information.
Sure. It's a very good point, Prakash. I do hear the National Health Portal. I think it's almost already working condition, right? The people do have a lot of ideas and the thoughts related to that. But coming back to our own technology forum, definitely we will take it up the few activities and then start driving it across.
Yeah, because you see a lot of billions of dollars you have mentioned in all the area. If it is going at the rate of 25%, if I see doubling even devices,
Yes.
is the medical devices the area to attack, or is it a pharma to attack, or is it just because of the COVID, just focus on IoT associated with AI ML on that? So we have to look at like we do know that Arogya Setu has succeeded, but that doesn't mean that everything is Arogya Setu, right?
Mhm.
Contract is one, but that's not the end of it. That's the beginning which government initiated, and a lot of things are done. Now, on the other side, what else which can help health IT?
Okay.
And if I remember, Stanford said that all the regulatory practices which they used to do came crashing down because of COVID, and they could get all the permissions they needed.
Yeah.
All this GDPR and all that, they have ensured that for the patient, as long as you do it within your campus, they can do full automation in the Stanford facility in Palo Alto here in the US.
Okay.
So same thing will happen with all our uh, hospitals and healthcare system. The only issue we have still is what is the way insurance is going to handle, because that is a big difference between payment processing between the two countries.
Right. Yeah. Sure, Prakash. Yeah, we will consider some of these pointers and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Anybody,
Yeah,
any
thank you
questions?
very much for listening. Any further questions? Otherwise, we can complete this session.
1, 2, 3. Close it. Close the record.